Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about the average if and average ifs. If you are new to this channel, congratulations. Right, you're welcome. Right, make sure that you follow on all the things we are going to be doing and click on the subscribe button, put on your bell icon so that you will get all the information we are going to be giving out. If you're a returning subscriber, kudos to you. All right, so today we're going to be learning how to use average if and average ifs right now. So let's go. All right, so before we start, I want to remind you, all right, if you want to learn a digital skill of any sort, you want to learn forex trading, affiliate marketing, digital marketing, whatever it is you want to learn, go to the description box. There's a link there. Click on the link, go to our store, and you can pick whichever one that you want for yourself at an affordable rate. Okay, all right, just to help a lot of people. All right, so let's go on to what we have today. Now, the most important thing here is to understand what average if is. Now, um, just like we always say, whenever you want to find average of something is the collection when you add all the information and divide it, and get the average. When you add all the values to get the average of all of them. So if there are 10 values, you add all of them and divide by 10. That's how you get the average number of whatever value that is. Now, when it comes to average ifs or average if, let's start with that. Comes to average if, you are considering a condition. There's a condition you must satisfy or you must satisfy for you to get the average. Take for an example, from this data set we have here, we say we want to calculate the average sale of Robusta. So you see, it has already streamlined information criteria to work with. Okay, all right, so we're going to calculate it right now. We're going to deal with it. But first of all, let's check the total average sales that have occurred here. Let's come to this table, right? The place equal to average. Okay, we want to get the total average sale. All right, average is going to pop out. Use your tab key. Okay, then go to the sales. Okay, when you go to the sales, this is the average, right? Then press enter. It's going to give you, this is the average of all the sales that have happened. All right, but why we did this is to let you understand the first point when I talked about average. Okay, but right now let's go to using criteria to some criteria to satisfy what we are looking for. Do you understand? All right, so now let's calculate the total average sale of Arabica coffee. Remember, the data set we're working with here is a coffee sale, data sets. Okay, so you put equal to, we're now using, instead of normal average, we're now using average if, right? Average if. Okay, you go to average if, use your tab key. Okay, now there are three criteria that must be satisfied. The first one is the range. The range is where you are getting the information from. It's just like a basket where you are getting it from, where you are getting what you are looking for, where they are, right? So let's look at the range. The range that we need here is the coffee type name, right? So you just click on it, then you put your comma. Then what is the criteria? The thing that we are looking for. The criteria is what we are actually looking out for in the range. Okay, now let's say, okay, we are looking for Arabica. Just click Arabica. There are two options here. So either you click on it or you type the name, you type it the way it is. Okay, then Excel will notice it. Okay, then you put your equal your comma. Then it said average range. Now this average range is where the calculation is going to be done. All right, so where the calculation is going to be done is on the sales. So when you click on sales, it has put it there, put every information there for you. Then you close the bracket, enter. So you see, it has calculated the average of sales of Arabica coffee in what we have here. Okay, let's also do one more for this. Remember the last video I did on some if and some ifs. I showed you three different ways you can calculate these things, but because of time I'm just going to show you few. Just I'm going to work with one. Okay, so Put the average, average if. Remember, we are working with average if. You put your tab key. Then the next thing we're going to do is we'll take the range. This is the range. You put your comma. Then you take the criteria. The criteria we'll need is Robusta coffee. All right, you put your comma. Then the average sale. Then you press enter. It gives you the answer. Okay, so that is how to calculate these things. If you want to do it the other way, let's do the same thing we did now in another dimension, another method. Okay, put your equal sign, then put average if, all right, with your tab key. Then instead of typing it down, you can use Control A, depending on the laptop you are using. You can use Control A so that you can open the argument dialog box. Okay, once you use it, it opens the argument dialog box for you. This will just all you need to do. It has made a lot of things easier for you. So from here, you can click the range. This is the range. Then you put the criteria, which is Robusta. Okay. Then you can also put the range. Okay, the criteria range where it's going to coming from. All right, the average range. All right, just click on it. It will give you the answer. The same thing, the same way. All right. So that's how to do it. Now let's go to the average ifs. What is the difference between average if and average ifs? The difference between two of them is that the average if work with only one criterion, right? While average ifs work with numerous or multiple criteria. Okay, so let's see how you can get this thing done by yourself. Okay, so let's look at the formula. Then put average ifs. Once you put average ifs here, you look at the information that has been given to you here. You find out that what came first was the average range. In the other one, it was only range that came first, but this time around, it is average range that came first. Okay, so what you need to do, just go to sales. All right, just go to sales, then put equal to. Okay, sorry, put your comma. Then the next one is criteria range. The first criteria range here is the coffee. All right, the coffee type. You put your equal to. Then what is the range? What are we calculating? Let's say Librica coffee. Now the question we are trying to answer here is what is the average sales of Librica coffee in the United States, right? So that means the next criteria, or the next criterion we are going to be using here is where in the column where we have the country, or where we have the United States. Okay, so and this is where we have it. So all you need to do, just click on it. All right, click, highlight it, put your equal to, then you put in your range, your criteria. Once you do that, you press enter, you have your answer here. Okay, so that's how to do it. Then we can still do the same thing with calculating the Arabica coffee in in Ireland. You put your equal sign. I'm going to use the other method I showed you. Okay, ifs, then use Control A. It will going to open your argument dialog box. Okay, so with this, put the average range. What's the average range? The average range is sales. Okay, then the criteria range, the first criteria range is coffee. Now what is the criteria? The criteria here is the Lubrica. Okay, all right, so you have picked the average range, and you also picked the criteria range. You put average range, criteria range 1, and criteria 1. Okay, let's go to criteria 2, which is criteria range. From here, this is where it's coming from. So what's the criteria? We are looking for Ireland. Okay, so with this, you have calculated it. You see that? So with this, you can do whatever averages you can find. Right, it's very simple. It's very simple. It's very easy. So what is if there is any confusion you have, put it on the comment section. I'm going to be able to take care of them, and it will help us to make more videos to satisfy you very well. Okay, so that's actually how to do it. Let me recap a little bit, all right, so that you understand. Once you do average if, it's just you calculating the average of a particular criterion. Why average ifs is where you are now calculating, your average based on multiple criteria. Okay, all right, so that's it. So if you want to learn, like I said earlier, if you want to learn any digital skill, go to the description box. You're going to see a link there. Click on it, go to our store and get any of them at an affordable rate. All right, so just to help a lot of persons to learn faster, all right, and become better and better version of themselves. If you love the video, like, share, comment, and then make sure you subscribe to this channel to always get values that we're going to share with you. Thank you. See you next time.